horse racing fans. Yep, we have another Kentucky Derby prep for Saturday, March 1st. This time we're going a little bit farther north, going to Aqueduct for the Grade 3 Gotham. We're giving these 3-year-olds a shot for some Kentucky Derby points and $300,000 in this Grade 3 stakes race on Saturday. So we're going to run through the field, give you our top pick, next up contender, and one long shot play for this lovely Kentucky Derby prep. All right, starting off to the inside rail, Scorching. Very interesting horse here. Sire Motown out of Uncle Mo, $88,000 purchase at the September sale. We have John Charalambos. Probably made that a mess. For Eric Kensell, gets the mount in here for Paul Braverman, and Timothy Pitch is the owners of this horse. So it looks like this horse has been racing at Woodbine, so really tough. I mean, we haven't gauged Woodbine tracks on the channel before, so to see one come down a little bit from Woodbine, always kind of interesting because they've either been on the synthetic up there or the turf. So this one comes out of a stakes race on the turf, going a mile and a 16th, so we'll have a little bit of cutback in distance, but we'll try the dirt for the first time. And here it gets a new jockey with Eric Kensell. Speed numbers look pretty good on the synthetic and the turf. However, we'll see what this one's able to do. Again, going a mile, has a pretty good power rating for sure in here, and looks to be one that could either be an early pace type horse or a horse that's going to set off of the pace just a little bit. Number 2, Normandy Coast. Ed Kennelly, Ben Curtis. Yes, Ben Curtis, that one on the great magnitude, who's unfortunately off or going to miss the Kentucky Derby with I believe it was a ankle chip on the horse after its big win in the Derby prep. So we get this one, 2 wins, breaking its maiden, I believe at Ellis Park, going 71K level, 81 speed figure in there, comes back optional claiming, wins there as well. So 2 wins so far in this young season for this 3-year-old. Sire Omaha Beach, $60,000 purchase in here. The Dam Alliteration by Congrats. This one I believe is also owned by the Keneally, Eric Keneally, in here with a couple others. So this one kind of interesting at 15-1. Again, off the pace, maybe could get the lead. We'll have some speed to the inside as well, so it's going to be tough to try to get that lead away from the one horse in here. But kind of comparable, probably a little bit of an edge. Hasn't won a mile than the one, just because of the turf to dirt kind of switch up there for the one horse. So Normandy Coast maybe has a little bit of an edge there. Number 3, calling card, Mike Maker and Kendrick Carmouche for 3, Diamonds Farm. $70,000 at the Keeneland November sale, and here Prime Power of 4 gets blinkers on, I believe for maybe the first or second time, but we'll get blinkers for this race. Comes out of the Compt. Yes, beat out by Disco Time, built innovator. Nothing to show whatsoever for that day. Finished 5th, well off the pace, and looks to be a runner that's going to come from off the pace yet again. If you've seen some of our other videos, we just dropped our Fountain of Youth and some of the other Derby preps, the Rebel, the Holy Bull. Early speed has been fairly dominant in all of these Kentucky Derby preps. We've yet to see a horse really come from off the pace or anybody out on the lead really be pressed or challenged. So it's kind of a risk right now to bet a horse that's kind of been a closer. And that's what looks to be calling card, is going to be that closing type horse. I mean, it could have some speed to run into. It's just we haven't seen that closing on a lot of tracks so far in this late winter season. 4, probably going to be the top pick in here in Sacrosanct. Yes, Brad Cox, Manny Franco will come up and ride this one at Aqueduct. The horse has been at either Saratoga, Belmont at Aqueduct, or just General Aqueduct itself, and a lot of restricted stakes races, the Sleepy Hollow, I believe the New York Stakes, and has done it all. Won every single one of those races, has the best prime power in the field. Looks to be one that really doesn't need the lead, can sit comfortably just off the pace. And again, That's usually what we see, a horse that sits close to the lead and is able to make that pass in the stretch. That, again, has to have some early speed to be a contender, and Sacrosanct definitely going to have it. 95 career best speed figure, has posted a 91 and 86 the past 2 times. Workout looks monstrous. This last one, 3 out of 135, going 4 furlongs and 49. So we'll go back to the mile. However, it's been bouncing, so 7 furlongs, a mile, 7 furlongs, goes back to the mile. Should be able to get the distance pretty easily in here yet again. And I think this one should have no problems getting out to the lead for Franco and Brad Cox for the Gotham. So that's going to be our top pick. Number 4, Sacrosanct. Sand Devil just to the outside. Yes, between these two, what a race. We should have a really good race. Linda Rice, Liscano, Sire, Violence by Magneto D'Oro. Looks really good, again, on paper. Some other stakes races at Aqueduct or restricted stakes races. Breaks its maiden at the $75,000 level and has had some monstrous speed figures for a 3-year-old. Rightfully so. That's usually what we see with these Violence colts, is a lot of speed. 97 and 295 is what we've seen Sand Devil run. I think this one on the lead could be dangerous, could easily wire the field. I'm just taking a little bit more value in the Sacrosanct horse with Brad Cox and Manny Franco to see if it is able to pass this horse in the lead. I think it's going to be these two definitely loose on the lead, going at each other late. We'll see who kind of has that edge, if we're going to get a horse to kind of catch Sand Devil, and if Sacrosanct can be the one that does it. But this is a really good horse. Another one that's got some really good workouts. The speed figures are just unbelievable. And definitely should be one of the top picks in here for sure. 6, Pagode, Paulo Loba, Luan Machado will take the mount on this one. Big price, 30-1 for Bone Chance Farms. A 3-year-old here by Constitution. So a pretty good price tag on this one for sure. Just breaks its maiden at Turfway Park, going 6.5. So does ship in here from Turfway Park. Will try a mile. Comes out of a 76 speed figure in there, doing it from off the pace. So looks to be one that's going to be another closer, and is definitely going to have to sit a little bit closer to the lead to be in any type of contingent for this race. 7, Flood Zone. Yes, Brad Cox has another one in here. This one by Frosted, $45,000 purchase with Railu Gutierrez getting the mount on this one. Just broke its maiden at the $50,000 level, posted a humongous 94 speed figure in there, comparable of our top 2 picks. Right now, Flood Zone looks to be that long shot play for sure. Another one that's going to be on the lead or close to the lead, probably with its stablemate with the other Cox horse. Railu usually runs pretty hard, so we'll see if he can get Flood Zone out early and sitting close to the lead. Number 8, McAfee, Rick Dutro. Black Type Thoroughbreds is the owner on this one. Lane Louise will get the mount. This one is by Cloud Computing, $40,000 purchase in here. Breaking its maiden at the 92 level. This horse looked really good breaking its maiden at that high of a level at Churchill. Comes back in an allowance. However, runs an 83, a little bit off. I guess you could say off that day. And was beat out by Optical. Pretty good horse. But a lot of people really thought that the horse would kind of run well. So comes back in here at a really good price at 10-1 for a lightly raced colt. Again, this last workout looks pretty phenomenal as well. So definitely one to take into consideration that looks really good, that kind of got a lot of buzz early on in its career going back in November. Comes off a humongous layoff. Last time we saw this horse was, again, November 24th. Probably going to take a start or two to really get this one going. If this one runs big, we see this one go 4th, maybe 3rd in here if they're lucky, or it just kind of wows us, kind of gets back to that maiden breaking level. This one could be pretty dangerous going into these later derby preps, whether we see this one go to the wood or the bluegrass. Definitely one to kind of have circled or in your back pocket. Number 9, Garamond. Chad Brown has his lone entrant in here. He will put Javier Castellano aboard this Jumont-owned Uncle Mo 3-year-old colt. Broke its maiden at the 53 level, 79 speed figure in there. Another one that's going to have to come from aloft the pace just a little bit, but not a deep closer, but one that's going to sit in the mid pack, and probably could play a role late into this type of race. 8-1 right now is pretty good. It's probably going to bump this one up a little bit on our sheet to our third pick of the day, or third pick on the card. I just think this one has a lot of upside. Again, the 79 speed figure looks good. The workouts look really good for this horse being in great form. We'll see what this one's able to do coming into stakes company for the first time, and again, running a mile for the first time. But this one's a long way. Comes from Tampa Bay, where it broke its maiden. So this one to ship up here is kind of interesting for Chad Brown. So definitely want to take into consideration just on where they're kind of placing this horse. And number 10, we have My Mitole, Carlos Martin, Luis Rivera. Obviously, by Mitole in here for $47,000. Comes out of an optional claiming 50K race, non-winners. Really good speed figure, 86, higher than some of the other runners in here. I just think this one's kind of on the downside of things. Does have 2 wins on its belt going a mile. So maybe this horse is a real good miler. At 15-1 for a Mitole horse. Looks pretty good and can be kind of deceiving on if 15-1 is where this horse should be, just because it has 2 wins in its past starts. But it does come into stakes company. Does race back, I believe it's almost like 2 weeks. Last race, February 14th. So a quick turnaround on this horse for sure. We've really not seen that by this horse. So we'll see what we get. So probably going to fade this one out just out of the quick turnaround. Really don't like that one as much when they get a quick turnaround for the trainers on a big stakes race. So going back through the field, top pick in here is going to be number 4, Sacrosanct, for Brad Cox and Manny Franco. Second pick, next up contender, we have Sand Devil, Linda Rice, Jose Lascano, the speed and the morning line favorite for the field. And just to the outside, third pick going to be, we'll make number 9, Garamond, our third pick at 8-1 for Chad Brown, Javier Castellano. One start, so comes off of a, not necessarily a layoff, but just one-time race, steps into stakes company, looks pretty good as well. And then our long shot play, kind of a toss-up right now between Flood Zone and McAfee. Flood Zone looks to be in better shape currently. Does have a win at the 50K level. McAfee, winner at the 92 level. I'm going to say McAfee is going to be our long shot play in here. I think the other Brad Cox horse is the better one, obviously. I'm going to take McAfee. Kind of like this one early on. Breaking its maiden at Churchill and thought, okay, this horse has some potential to be on the Derby trail. Here it is. Now let's go get some points. Let's see if we can make this one in the gate for the Kentucky Derby. Could be huge for the sport if we can get Pat McAfee involved on this horse named McAfee. So we'll see. This will be our long shot play for the Gotham, number 8, McAfee. So there's our rundown of the field for the Grade 3 Gotham and Aqueduct, March 1st. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below your pick for the Gotham. Go check out our other videos. Should be over here for Santa Anita and Gulfstream, the Fountain of Youth, for these really loaded up weekend for Kentucky Derby preps. So thanks for watching and have a good day.